Dave, the Missouri Legislature has just passed a lollapalooza of corporate welfare. Over the next 10 years, they're going to give $50 million to General Motors, a very profitable company, which says it wants to basically expand or modernize its plant in Wentzville. Plus, there's what critics call a slush fund that could be over $100 million more that the state could just ladle out to businesses unknown or unnamed yet in order to expand their plants. I think this is a waste of taxpayer dollars. What do you think?
Well, no, I don't think it's a waste of taxpayer dollars. It is corporate welfare. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But you're looking at a major employer, GM, and it's talking about investing $1 billion perhaps in their plant in Wentzville. And this is at a time when GM is closing plants in Ohio and Michigan. You would not want to be on that list.
But this has become a gimme. Corporations do not make billion-dollar investments because they're getting a little bit of $50 million from the state. They do it because this is the place where they think they can get the biggest payoff. And this plant already makes pickup trucks, which are fast-selling things, yes, and work vans. GM is switching away from cars and into things like this. So I think they do it anyway if you didn't give them any money at all.
I'm not so sure. GM has excess capacity, and they could invest that. They could invest that $1 billion in one of their other plants and upgrade it to make those move those pickups from Wentzville to somewhere else. It's not a good thing, but this sort of economic war between the states has been going on for a long time, and if Missouri were to just unilaterally disarm, it would be put us in a tough position. Well, we could lose several major employers, and the slush fund accusation, that's really an exaggeration. I mean, they're repurposing an existing program called Missouri Works. They're creating what the governor's called a deal closing fund. That's to give them a little more flexibility when there is an employer looking at expanding or investing.
Well, you talk about flexibility. We just had a county executive go to jail for showing some flexibility. Well, giving contracts to people, and now you have.
But there is accountability. There is accountability in these programs. I mean, if the company doesn't expand, doesn't invest and keep the jobs here, then the state has the power to claw back those incentives, and they've done that in some cases.
Well, you look at this thing. GM objected because one of the proposals would only let them lay off 10% of their staff before clawing some of the money back. They want to be able to lay off more than 10% of staff. If you're preserving jobs here, which is the real purpose of these things, why don't you say you lay off people and you don't get any money? I mean, with Boeing, we have this massive thing to Boeing, which also lets them lay off, some huge percentage of the staff and still get money from the state. The state is businesses are better bargainers than our government officials on these things, and we're getting taken to the cleaners.
Well, I don't think we're getting taken to the cleaners. I think we are. They can play states off against one another, which is why these amounts of incentives keep going up and up. That is a problem. I did want to mention there's another part of this bill which is worth talking about. It's kind of the workforce portion would provide scholarship money for people who want to go back to school and learn STEM subjects, degrees that are earned degrees that are in demand. That was kind of derided as a backdoor way to have free college, but it's not. Again, there's accountability there. It's only to fill jobs that
really need, and they're older workers who need retraining.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.